These are the best pop culture references in The Simpsons. Homer and Marge work in a traveling circus for Mr. Burns, and Homer plans a plot to kill Moe. Freaks No Geeks, the last segment of Treehouse of Horror 24, opens with Mr. Burns, or Burnsum in this episode, bringing people to his circus.
Disbelieve as the strong man pulls a wagon with his bare tongue.
A non-fat Homer never thought I'd see the day. But Mr. Burns wouldn't be a successful man if he didn't have freaks in his circus. Last but not least,
the most hideous creature of all.
Oh, now come on, there are a lot more hideous creatures in that circus. That night, Burnsum told the creatures to get back to work because the normals are expecting some entertainment for their nickel.
You should treat these poor people with respect.
Marge, always the Robin Hood, or Jesus, whichever way you want to look at it. Marge asked Homer why couldn't he speak kindly of the imperfect angels around them, when God's given him such a mighty tongue. A sentence you never thought you'd hear, but here it is anyway. Mr. Burns told them to stop and to comport themselves with the dignity expected of a traveling freak show. Another disturbing sentence. Marge then said that she is also a freak. What, she has a freaky-looking mole or something?
One eye is blue and the other a pale brown.
Marge kissed Moe on the cheek and left.
Hey, you should ask her out, Moe.
Moe said that she is with the strong man, but Lenny and Carl told him that he's fine, unless...
Rabbity as he is and tells Big Mouth.
I thought those were just nicknames they gave to the biggest gossips. But turns out they're really, well, self-explanatory. Moe said that he has no chance with the strong man's girl.
Well, you got an emerald ring.
I'm sorry, we'll get back to the story real quick, but I just can't get over the fact that Homer is considered a strong man. Okay, back to the story. Moe took out his mom's old ring she gave to him on her deathbed. But he didn't know that strongman Homer was watching him. He said to himself that with an emerald that big, he could buy anything, but he was wondering how to get his hands on it, and then it hit him. He could get Marge to marry Moe, then kill Moe, but Marge would keep the ring, and then if he married her, the ring would be his. You couldn't have just stolen it in his sleep, or killed them and took it without marrying your fiancé off to someone else? But Barney heard him and told him he's gonna be sorry he said that.
You're gonna be sorry you said that!
I don't know whether to laugh or be disturbed. So Homer went to Marge and he asked her if she wanted to marry Moe. She was confused, and she told him that she is to marry him.
The poor lonely fellow is about to die.
Really?
Homer said that she could make Moe's last day a really happy one.
And the ring is just the icing on the cake.
What ring?
Did he ruin his plan before it even started? Homer said the ring that will get him out of this lousy circus and into a better one. Really? You'd still go to a different circus and not try to build a life outside of it? Marge asked Homer if he'd be jealous. He told her he isn't the jealous type and that he learned to feel compassion for the disgustos, as he calls them. Disgustos? Could he be any less sympathetic? So Marge married Moe, and on their wedding day, she told him that whatever small time they have together will be wonderful.
A wedding is no place to worry about threats from the bride's former lover.
I wouldn't be so confident, Moe. That night, Moe went out of his and Marge's trailer to take a shower, and Homer snuck in. Marge asked him what he was doing, and Homer said,
Trying to kill Moe so we'll get his emerald!
Marge was shocked, and she said that Moe may be ugly on the outside, but that he is the true monster. When Marge kicked Homer out, the other creatures attacked him and made him one of them.
And that, kids, is How I Met Your Mother.
Well, that was an unexpected ending, if I've ever seen one. And we all know the Simpsons love unexpected endings. The family must perform on a Japanese game show after Homer loses their money on a vacation. 30 Minutes Over Tokyo opens with Lisa asking Homer to take her to the new cyber cafe in Springfield.
I'll show you how to order pizza over the internet.
The internet? Is that thing still around?
Season 10, Homer. You have no idea what the future holds. Turns out Homer's really good at the whole internet thing, until he told Lisa he invested
in something called News Corp.
Dad, that's Fox!
Ah! Undo! Undo!
Yeah, that's even scarier than monkeys doing it. Lisa asked Homer if they have any money left, and he logged into his bank account and saw that they still got $1,200.
This is a holdup. Yes. Download to Papa.
And that's why you never do that in public. When Marge heard about this, she was devastated, because they've been saving that money for the family vacation. Homer told Marge not to worry, and he reassured her that he will get the money for a vacation, even if it needs to get a second job.
We can't have you burglarizing us every time you got a bill to pay.
Ned is so calm about this. It's honestly kind of sad. Homer apologized to Ned and he told him that he and Maude live like royalty. Ned said that they're not as well off as Homer thinks, because they give money to 8 different churches. That doesn't seem very financially responsible. Homer was shocked to hear that Ned wasn't rich, and he asked him how he could afford all that nice stuff. Nice stuff being a working fridge, an electric can opener, and a milkshake machine. Ned told Homer that they learned that tip at the Mega Savings Seminar. He said that he and Maude have tickets for next seminar.
I think you'll find living thrifty a lot more satisfying than stealing.
Ned, I don't think you got to him. So Homer and Marge went to the saving seminar, and one of the things they learned was that they need to squeeze every penny.
Hey, I squeezed so hard it went into my hand.
Oh, Homer, not again.
Excuse me, again? Another thing they learned at the seminar was to shop at cheaper stores.
This expired 2 years ago.
After a few weeks of squeezing every penny, Homer and Marge decided to see what they have in their vacation fund, but they still didn't have enough for a vacation. Then the seminar man came out of nowhere and told them that they do have enough for a mega savings vacation. He told them that they can fly mega cheap if they don't care where they go. He says to wait at the airport for some no-shows.
Then you can buy their seats for a fraction of the price.
So the Simpsons did just that. They went to the airport and waited for openings. Only they all wanted to go to different places.
We're going to Paris. I can feel it.
No, man, let's go home to Jamaica.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's cultural appropriation. Then they heard that there were 4 openings on a flight to Japan. But before they could even fight about it, Marge saw that the Flanders were going to get the seats, which got Homer riled up. Yeah, it's not like you've been stealing stuff from him all these years. The man deserves that vacation. So Homer got into a cart and raced the Flanders to the gate.
Silence, suckers!
On the plane ride there, Marge was trying to convince Homer that Japan will be fun.
If we want to see Japanese people, we could have gone to the zoo.
Homer says that the guy who washes the elephants is Japanese. Okay, for a second there, that sounded pretty bad. Upon arriving at their hotel, there were some culture shock moments immediately. Homer went to the bathroom, and he was greeted by the toilet.
Check it out. Dad's on TV.
Oh, yeah.
That's not something you ever want to see. The family wanted to do some exploring, but Bart had different plans.
Yeah, still checking out Japanese TV. Isn't this that cartoon that causes seizures?
Yeah, that can't be healthy. After the whole family had seizures, they wanted to get something to eat, and Lisa suggested authentic Japanese noodle house. But Homer said,
The toilet recommended a place called Americatown.
The kids say that they didn't come halfway across the world to eat at Americatown. Well, at least it's not McDonald's. So they went to Americatown, and Lisa asked the waiter if they serve anything even remotely Japanese. The waiter tells her not to ask anything from him because
I'm product of American education system.
Later, Homer bought a square watermelon, and Marge was shocked he bought it.
Homer, those are $150.
I'm tired of fumbling with round fruit.
I guess you shouldn't be fumbling with anything. Marge said that maybe they should just go back to the hotel. But Lisa said they haven't done anything Japanese. So they went to watch sumo wrestling. They read that wrestlers throw salt before they wrestle to purify the ring. So Homer thought it'd be a smart idea to get into the ring and ask for some salt for his pretzel.
Bear some salt, Tubby?
Tubby?
Yeah, so they got into a fight. Bart helps Homer defeat the sumo fighter by hitting him over the head with a chair.
Like we say in my country, hasta la vista, baby.
Your country? Then the Emperor of Japan came to congratulate Homer on his victory.
Yeah, and I'm Clobbersaurus.
Yeah, that's why this episode was banned in Japan. That right there. So Homer and Bart were put in jail, and Marge paid their bail.
Thank God. Gonna take another minute in this hellhole.
Hellhole looks like my dream vacation, but okay. Lisa asked if they could do something Japanese now, and Homer said he's sick of Japanese stuff.
We had to do 2 hours of origami followed by flower arranging and meditation.
Poor you. God forbid you have a relaxing day. Marge told Lisa she's sorry, and she knows she wanted to see Japan, but they were at their last $1,000,000 yen. Homer told Lisa that he will show her something Japanese, and he made an origami from the last bill they had.
We need that money to get home. No!
I feel like I might have caused that. So the family went to the U.S. Embassy and they asked the ambassador what could they do.
Try getting a job and earning some money. That's what I did. By the way, ambassador's taken.
It's not like that was painfully obvious. So they found a job. Not a very good job, but a job nonetheless. So, while they were working, they saw a game show on TV that offered money if you won. So, they go on the show. The host said that their game shows are different than US game shows.
Your shows reward knowledge. We punish ignorance.
So, after a few games of torturing Homer, the host asked him a question.
We'll cut you down as soon as you answer one question about Japan.
Is the answer Japan?
Actually, it is.
Well, at least it wasn't painful. Now to finally get to the pop culture reference. Back home in Springfield, Moe saw Homer on TV. Moe says if that's Homer, then
Who the hell's been putting beers on his tab?
Oh! Woohoo!
to the younger viewers, this probably means nothing. But the more seasoned viewer knows this is a King of the Hill reference, and the
That boy ain't right!
was Hank Hill's catchphrase. Okay, back to the sick game show. The family finally won their airline tickets.
All you have to do is to pick them up.
My guess is because it's somehow fun. So, to get the tickets, they must walk a wooden bridge over a volcano. And I don't know how it occurred to no one that something like that could never even be built, but okay. They realize that the bridge won't support much weight.
Well, Maggie weighs a lot less than... Oh, I'll just go.
Yeah, send your child to walk over an active volcano. Lisa got the tickets, but then it broke, so Marge ran to save her.
I'm afraid this might be the end.
At least we'll die doing what we love. Inhaling molten rock.
I don't know who loves that, but I'm sure it's not your kids. So they fall into the lava and end up back at the studio where the host told them that the lava is just orangeade made by the show's sponsor.
It burns! It burns!
It's loaded with wasabi.
Now, I'd be concerned about that, but at least they won their freedom, right?
Folks, we're experiencing some moderate Godzilla-related turbulence at this time.
So they are told to put their seatbelts back on. I guess it never ends for them, does it? And from Japan to a Japanese anime reference. Off work with a knee injury, Homer proves himself to be remarkably good at minding Ned's sons for him and ends up opening his own daycare center. Children of a Lesser Clod opens with Homer breaking his leg at a basketball game in the way that could only happen to him.
Eat my dust, mortals!
So Homer went to the hospital and Dr. Hibbert told him that he tore a ligament. Homer had to get a surgery, and while Dr. Hibbert was operating on him, his family was watching.
So many times we've seen our father go under the knife.
After the surgery, Dr. Hibbert told Homer that he will make a full recovery from his spinal cord injury.
What spinal cord injury?
Oh, he fell off the gurney.
Sounds like Homer. Dr. Hibbert said that it will take plenty of time and rehab before he can get back to work, and for some reason, Homer was upset about it for the first time in his life.
But my life would be nothing without the nucleon plant.
Maybe time off work will give him time to learn that he actually works at a nuclear plant. Dr. Hibbert told Homer that he needs to stay off his leg for 2 weeks.
What am I supposed to do? Just sit on my ass and watch TV?
What is he on? That is exactly his style. On his first day home, Homer was already losing his mind.
I gotta do something to keep him going crazy. I'll breed the pets.
Thankfully, Santa's little helper and Snowball escaped, and that's when Ned showed up at Homer's door. Ned asked Homer if Marge could watch Rod and Todd while he goes to a Christian rock concert, but Homer said that Marge wasn't home. Ned asked him if he could watch his boys instead. My first thought was, oh, that's gonna be very bad. But the three of them actually had a lot of fun. Well, Rod and Todd especially, because they got to eat a lot of sugar.
Can we have another jelly and candy sandwich?
Rod and Todd told Homer that their dad told them it's rude to call grown-ups by their first name.
Daddy's not here, is he?
Sure, teach other people's kids to disobey their parents. Homer was watching Kids Say the Darndest Things on television with Ned's boys. And Bill Cosby asks a kid, what does he like to play? And the kid said, Pokemon.
Pokemon was the pokey of the man in the darndest thing.
And this wasn't the only time The Simpsons referenced Pokemon on the show, but I can't put them all here. Bill Cosby rambles on until he reaches a state of baffled confusion about the name of the series. Television was so simple back then. Ned came back from the concert and he asked the boys if they had a nice time with Homer.
Yeah, Mr. Simpson was really funny.
Ned thanked Homer and he said that it was fun since his kids are sick of all his stories and Rod and Todd just couldn't get enough of them. The boys asked Ned if Homer could watch them every day, and Ned said,
Oh, Roddy, he's not running a daycare center.
Ned asks him if he's running a daycare center. Well, he's got him there. Ned said that he would like it if Homer was running a daycare center because that would give the boys a place to go after school.
Then I'll do it, just to see the look on your face. That's the one.
Spite. It makes the world go round. So Homer opened a daycare center, and for some reason, parents trusted him with their children.
Is your knee really gross under there?
See for yourself.
Ew.
Kids, they'd want to see anything gross. It's me, I'm Kids. Apu came over with his octuplets, and he said,
I would like to take advantage of your baby prison.
I think someone is regretting having children. Homer actually loved working with children, which was surprising for everyone, including his kids.
Dad's been doing that for 2 hours.
Bart and Lisa were growing jealous because Homer never showed that much interest in them or showed them any attention, for that matter. The kids say that they can't even remember the last time Homer sang them a torch song.
Hey, Homer, I thought you were only going to do this daycare thing till your knee was better.
Okay, they're really mad about this. And rightfully so, I might add. Homer says he has discovered the joys of raising children. At school, Milhouse was showing Bart a temporary tattoo Homer gave him, and Ralph was telling him he has the best dad. Bart noticed the jacket Milhouse was wearing and asked him if that was his jacket.
He said it looked better on me.
That's messed up, Homer. Really messed up. Bart and Lisa were feeling more and more neglected, and they were listening in on all the fun Homer was having with the other kids.
How come parents are always nicer to other kids than they are to their own?
Bart and Lisa say that Homer just takes them for granted. I feel bad for them. I don't think I've ever seen them this upset over Homer not paying any attention to them. Bart told Lisa not to worry, and he showed her a wrapped present that will shortly give Homer's heartstrings a much-needed plucking.
Huh? Oh, perfect for my daycare permit.
Okay, he has a heart of stone, I'm sure of it. A few days later, a man from the Good Guy Awards came over and said that their film crew will be shooting some behind-the-scenes footage of his amazing work. Of course, this affected Bart and Lisa, and not in a good way.
No visitors?
It's my room.
Well, if you want, you can sit on this.
Homer says that there are no bad kids.
Ow!
Sorry, Daddy thought you were a pile of cable.
Sure, there are no bad kids, but there are bad parents. Homer then showed the crew paper hearts the kids wear at the daycare center, so they're always reminded that they are loved.
Did you make them yourself?
Yes, through the magic of caring.
Bart said that there's got to be a way to get back at Homer.
I've been cutting the felt kinda crooked.
I don't think anybody's gonna notice that, Lisa. Bart said they need to show the world what kind of dad Homer really is.
Then everything will be back to normal.
I'd put everything I have on the fact that they've gone criminally insane. The day of the Good Guy Awards rolls by, and Krusty the Clown is hosting, because he ain't gonna be a nominee, that's for sure. Krusty starts off by saying that every year they find one Good Samaritan, and not recognizing him
Would make Santa Claus himself vomit with rage. Who writes this stuff?
Your poor cigarette-smoking monkey, that's who. And this year's winner of the Saint Who Walks Among Us award, Homer Simpson.
All my love has come back in trophy form.
You know, I'd never thought I'd see the day Homer is called a saint, but yet here we are. I bet it's a cold day in hell. They played some of Homer's wonderful work in the background as he was accepting his award.
I guess you could sum up Homer in 2 words.
Big phony!
Bart said that Homer is just a beer-drinking meanie who gambles like crazy.
Oh, I almost had a straight.
Come to new Papa.
Okay, I didn't realize things were that serious. And things got only worse from there.
I'll make you good. That is completely taken out of context.
And what context would make that okay? And why was that filmed? The parents riled up and said that their children aren't safe with Homer. But Homer didn't really handle that well.
No one is taking my kids from me! Run, children, run!
Your kids are up on that stage showing everyone how you treated them. Homer packed the kids up in a van and drove off, so he basically kidnapped them. The news says that the award ceremony turned into a kidnapping.
It is alleged good guy Homer Simpson absconded with several children in a stolen paddy wagon.
That's something you don't hear every day.
Where are we going, Mr. Simpson?
I'll tell you where we're not going. Jail.
The calmness in his voice is eerie. Homer crashed into a tree and ran out, without checking if the kids are okay.
He's trying to climb over the fence. Now he's realizing he's too fat.
Now this is the kind of news I'd watch. Homer tried climbing into a pipe, but he got stuck.
It's the saddest thing I've ever seen.
I agree, Arnie. I agree. The next day, Homer asked Bart and Lisa why they ratted him out.
Was it because I showered love on those other children while ignoring you?
Homer said that he has learned his lesson.
From now on, you two are the only kids I'll care about. Oh, and Maggie.
He keeps forgetting about her way too often for my liking. And all it took for him to do it again was a little fame. Homer became a minor celebrity around Springfield after bowling a perfect game. Hello Gutter, Hello Fodder opens with Homer snoozing his alarm so he slept through a whole day. So when he woke up the next morning at 11 a.m., Marge asked him if he could try to get Maggie to eat.
No time for Maggie. Ooh, where's Waldo? Nope.
No time for Maggie, but I guess there's plenty of time for Waldo.
Nope. Is there? Oh, nope.
Homer!
Waldo, where are you?
Well, he's right there, apparently. You live in the same universe. Homer went bowling with Lenny and Carl after work, and then Marge called him to ask him where he was.
You promised you were going to have a tea party with Maggie.
Oh, Marge, I'm sorry. I can't make it.
What excuse is he gonna come up with now? Homer said that the cooling tank blew and they're taking Lenny to the hospital.
Oh no, not Lenny! Not Lenny!
Marge, that's a bit too upset, for Lenny. Homer said that he has to work late instead of coming home and seeing her and the kids, which is what he really wanted to do.
Kids, turn off the TV. I have some bad news about Lenny.
Not Lenny!
Well, they all really like Lenny. Meanwhile, Lenny is childishly laughing at the scoreboard. Homer took a bowling ball and he saw Mr. Burns' face in it, telling him he's fat. Homer asks them if what he's seeing is normal.
Actually, I'd say you're having a severe psychotic episode.
What a rotten day!
Especially for Marge. She thinks Lenny is not okay. Homer rolled the ball and he hit a strike. I don't know bowling terminology, sue me.
Hey, if that's psychotic, then why am I taking these?
Okay, maybe he's about to not be well anyway. Homer had 4 strikes in a row, which was surprising. Lenny tells Homer he got a perfect game going.
Careful what you say, Lenny. You jinx it.
Oh, right. Sorry. Miss! Miss! Sorry, I was calling the waitress.
But then Lenny continued with a poor choice of words.
Hey, spare me your gutter mouth! Ow! Ow!
I knew something bad was gonna happen to Lenny. Meanwhile, Marge and the kids were watching TV at home when Kent Brockman did a report on...
Local pinhead Homer Simpson is on the verge of a perfect game.
Hey, there was no accident at the plant.
Well, I wanted to say, can you blame him after the day he had, but he forgot about Maggie. Again, Marge said that Homer shouldn't have deceived her, but she is glad that at least Lenny is okay. Wow, she even made a shrine for him. Kent said that this might be the greatest individual achievement in the history of Springfield. Homer was 10 pins away from perfection, and Marge brought the kids to the bowling alley so they could support him. She told him that their dad needs to concentrate, so they'll stay behind, not to disturb him.
Why won't they come over? I'm so lonely.
Oh, now I feel bad for him. He is really having a tough day, although he is on a roll. So Homer rolled the ball, or should I say he threw it, up into the sky.
Get down, get down. Oh, this is the greatest day of my life!
Not the day you married Marge, or when your kids were born. No, nothing. Homer said that there was someone else with him on that alley. Please say Marge. Just please say Marge.
I'm talking about the big man. Carl!
Marge is better than me. I'd sucker punch him right then and there. Homer even got invited to Bart's class as a local hero. He opened by saying that his teacher used to tell him he would never amount to anything.
And until last week, they were dead right. But now I've achieved perfection.
In the form of a 300 bowling score? Homer asked if anyone had any questions, and Milhouse asked if he could be his dad.
You've got a father. He's just a dud. Next question. Yes, the girl Bart has a crush on.
He is really crushing this interview, and embarrassing Bart in the process. Homer even went on a Shelbyville TV show. Ken started asking questions, and he asked Homer what is the speed of light.
Do I read from the sheet labeled jokes or answers?
Go for the... Stop tape!
I guess having a perfect score doesn't amount to being smart. Is the condition for these shows to air that you have to fight with other people? Like, is that something that must happen? Because I haven't seen a show where it doesn't.
We've got to stop putting these flavors of the month on.
Flavor of the month? Me?
Yeah, Homer, you can't just ride one accomplishment forever.
Finally, someone said it. Unfortunately for everyone, this wasn't the only show Homer ruined.
Now, to save my partner's life, I'll need complete...
Hello, everybody! Did somebody say a perfect game?
Will he ever get tired of humiliating himself? I don't even know why I keep asking that question. The magician told Homer that he will ruin everything, but Homer said it's just show business.
Hey, I thought you never talked.
I didn't mean to. It just slipped out. Oh, God, now Pen's gonna beat me.
Okay, this is slightly disturbing. The magician said that his partner was kidding and that it's all part of the act.
No, it isn't. Don't leave me alone with him.
You've ruined the act. I'm gonna kill you.
He'll do it.
Okay, that's the drama I can't cover now. The next day, Homer changed the channel as Maggie was watching her cartoon, and he said he's gonna be on TV again.
Are you as bored as I am with the antics of this warmed-over Fred Flintstone?
This episode is packed with references. Oh, sorry, Homer, you're yesterday's news. Homer didn't quite understand what the woman was saying. Frankly, he got it all wrong, so Lisa told him that she was trying to say that he had his moment in the sun, and now it's time to gracefully step aside.
They did it to Jesus, and now they're doing it to me.
Are you comparing yourself to our Lord?
Homer says that, yes, he is comparing himself to Jesus in a bowling alley. Hey, you never saw Jesus bowl, so don't be too cocky. Homer was depressed again since nobody was paying attention to him. Homer asked Marge if his life peaked. Marge asks him if that's what's bothering him.
Well, the one sure cure for the blues is to talk it over with your life partner.
So he went to Moe's. Since Moe isn't the best person to go to when depressed, Homer went to end it all.
Well, world, this is it. You know, I always thought you'd die before me.
Sorry, I know this is supposed to be sad and serious, but how in the world could he have thought that? I mean, he is 40 with a triple bypass behind him. As he was falling down, he saw Otto, who told him he didn't know he bungeed.
I want to live!
No, you're too heavy!
It's a glandular problem!
I don't think he meant that as an insult. But since Homer survived, he started thinking that God had a higher purpose for him in mind. And then he almost got hit by a car and it hit him.
That's it! Kids are the answer. I'll dedicate my life to my children.
Really? You have children?
I know. It's sad to think about, honestly. So Homer went home and he asked Bart if he could use a little more fatherly attention. Bart says that there is no need anymore because over the years he learned to find father figures wherever he could. Damn, I need a break from these episodes. They depress me when you think about it. Then Homer went to Lisa and he asked her if she needed help with her homework.
Sure, you can help me find 3 words where Y is the vowel.
Yeah, slowly retreat, Homer. But then Homer realized that he could lavish his attention on Maggie.
The forgotten Simpson.
The fact that you're calling your daughter a forgotten member of the family should really make you realize some things. But Maggie was kind of scared of Homer's attention, and she tried to escape him multiple times.
Hi, Maggie. I'm Homey Womey, the Teletubby. And I'm all man in case you heard otherwise.
There is so much to unpack here. First of all, ew. Second of all, ew. Homer told Maggie that she's a tough cookie, but he will win her over just like Lisa. So Homer took Maggie to the beach. But Homer got sucked into the water and there was no one around to help him, so Maggie had to take things into her own hands.
Maggie, you're swimming! You swam out to save me! Oh, you do love me!
Well, duh, stupid. Marge asked Dr. Hibbert how could a little baby save a full-grown man from drowning? And he said,
Well, it's quite simple. When a parent's life is in danger, a child can summon superhuman strength.
Isn't that supposed to be the other way around? Homer said that all he cares about is that his little girl loves him.
Oh, and we're going to spend a lot more time together from now on.
He's going to take her bowling, isn't he?
Good girl, Maggie! You knocked down all the pins!
He is getting way too predictable, but that's still adorable. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and let me know your favorite pop culture reference from the show. And no, it can't be Star Trek. There are just too many.